Thank you for watching Not My Bag.
If you're watching this, make sure to like and subscribe.
If you're listening, give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Not My Bag. I'm George.
And I'm Joe.
And today's guest, as you can obviously see, is...
Tasha Ghouri. Oh, we weren't going for the surname.
No, sorry,
okay.
I said
Woo! You were our first ever guest on this podcast.
I know. I feel so grateful. Thank you.
First ever guest, and now you're back solo, but still with Andrew. Just to clarify at home.
Yeah.
She's still with Andrew.
Yeah.
Just here for a little solo
He's here in
chat
spirit.
today.
Yeah.
He's here in spirit, you know.
He's not dead.
I know he's not. He's not.
Clickbait from this. Andrew dead.
Okay, not spirit. What's the other word? Like
He's here in...
our hearts. That's even worse.
R.I.P. Andrew.
Basically, he's here.
He's here. He's
Yeah.
here.
He's here.
He's
He's
here.
here. How are things? How are you at the moment?
I am good, thank you. I just can't deal with this weather. It's just too much.
English heat is different from any other heat, isn't
Can't
it?
do it. But it's funny though, because we're like, we need it to be hot, then it's hot, and we're all like, we need to be cold. We just can't win in
You
the
don't get
UK.
any warning with this weather. It's
No.
like 15 degrees and it's 32.
Yeah.
You don't have like a 20 degree. It's like one extreme to the other.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah.
proper
Can't do
British
it.
summertime, isn't it? And also, our houses aren't made to keep, like, they're made to keep heat in.
Ian, yeah.
So I'm so hot all the time. Honestly, George always laughs at how much I sweat as well.
No, I'm a big sweater.
Same.
I'm the same.
I thought
I
Botox
get,
would have helped
The
it.
Sula.
Oh,
I get sweaty upper lip a lot.
same.
You know, she goes, you got a Sula. That's me.
No,
No,
honestly.
Joe looks at me and he's like,
babe.
he's like, am I sweating? And then there's like beads of sweat. I'm like,
No,
"You're fine."
George, I was telling people today actually how much George mugs it because I panic. Like when you're sweating, you're obviously panicking
Yeah,
as well. So like, am I
yeah.
sweating? And George goes like, and he's like, yeah, like loads on your head. And then I sweat more. Then I sweat
Oh,
more.
God, no.
So if I start doing it today, just let me know because I'm wearing
It's
this
okay.
heavy.
It's the shine. It's giving you the gorgeous
the
glow.
Wait, you think I'm shining?
Yeah, you're glowing.
Oh,
In a good way.
me.
No, you're glowing in the best
Thank
way.
you.
So how is it with you and Andrew? Obviously, you're living together now and
Yeah.
stuff. Still together, going strong.
Yeah, still going strong.
Is it fun? Is it
Damn it, George is like,
Yeah.
Fuming.
darn.
But is it what you imagined it to be like with him after Love Island? Like, how's it been?
Yeah, do you know what? It's actually been so much better coming out of the villa. Like, we've actually got so much closer and we've got, I can't even speak. We've got a dog coming next week. I know.
Tell us about the
We've
dog.
adopted
Tell us
a
about the dog.
dog.
Tell us about it.
I can't wait. She's called Luna, a Spanish rescue. And we both love dogs. So we just thought, you know what? Why not? Let's just get a dog.
Yeah.
And yeah, so excited for that. And we'll be together a year in July already.
That's nuts.
Oh
I
my
know, it's a year.
Are you gonna do anything
year
for it?
anniversary.
You're gonna like go on a little holiday or something?
We're going to do like little like cabin in the woods.
Oh, saucy.
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 Yeah, I'm
Blindfold the
excited.
dog, am I right?
You know, it's like private, isolated, no one around.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
the
can do
vibe.
whatever you like. Sponsored by Anne Summers. So I can imagine like watching Love Island this year as well with the couples. Is it weird? You getting a bit like PTSD, a few flashbacks, watching it being like,
Yeah, I'm traumatized. I can't watch it. Like I have been watching it, but not like, you know, full on watching it.
Yeah.
But it's weird for me to like watch it from the other side.
yeah.
Because you're like, I was there.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not fully like, what's the word? I'm not fully closed that chapter yet from last year.
Sure.
So it's a
Yeah,
bit
of
weird
course.
to like watch it and I'm like, oh, something's like triggering and I'm like,
Well,
"Ah."
it's just nuts how quick the year goes. Like we were literally watching
Yeah.
you on Love Island this time last year.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely nuts. It's been a whole year. And there's
Yeah.
Do you think it's mad that you're in a full-on relationship, like committed with a dog from a TV show? Like, is that not? Do you sometimes sit there with each other and you're like, "This is so weird"?
Yeah, I was literally saying to Andrew the other day, I did a TikTok about, you know, our future kid is going to have to like, watch it basically.
Yeah.
They're literally, I'm just going to be
know
like,
what I
look, here you
mean?
go, this is how we met. Like, you just have to watch
Yeah.
it
How
all.
did you meet? Let's get out of our TVX, shall we? Yeah. Do you imagine? Yeah. How long you got?
Literally, they're going to see everything. I think that's so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mad.
Like, mum and dad speak about how they met, and he's like, "Oh, I thought your mum was a prostitute and just slapped 50 quid in her ass in a pub," and you guys have got a full series about it.
Yeah.
It's mental, really.
It is
I wouldn't have wanted to
absolutely
watch that night they met, though, our parents.
No, yeah, I don't
For
think
the
anyone
love
would
of
wanted
God.
to watch that. So since like obviously living with Andrew, I'm pretty sure we asked you this when you came on the pod like the first time. Obviously
Yeah.
now you're on again. Have you like got any more icks?
Because it's been longer
It's
now.
been
You got
longer.
longer to like.
Yeah.
What's the word? Like I want to say ferment, but that's probably the wrong word.
That is the wrong
like,
word. Learn?
Like
Muster? Oh.
What?
you know, like you've had more time to like gel and like.
Well, yes, they live together.
Like-
Gel?
I'm not Shakespeare right now. It's not giving Shakespeare. I want to say ferment. That's the worst
That's the wrong
word.
word. Basically, what Joe's trying to say is
I'm so confused right now.
what Joe's
You've had
basically
more
trying
time
to
to live together. That's
Yeah.
basically what I meant.
Oh, more time to like gel, like
Yeah.
together. Right,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
it
yeah.
now.
He was just saying words.
I don't
Ferment,
know.
gel.
Mate, I got my first thesaurus yesterday.
I'm trying to think of like more icks. To be fair, I think it's more me that gives him the icks.
Oh, is it?
Really?
'Cause you
Yeah.
love playing.
Oh, I
like
love
games, don't
gaming.
you?
I'm
Yeah, you
so
love
good. I
gaming.
won my first Warzone the other day.
I've never won a Warzone game.
Have you
Ever.
not?
No.
Well, it goes to show how good I am.
You need to move on to that side. Honestly, I don't know what is going on here. So you've never won, but Tasha won.
Yeah, I've never won a Warzone game because it's just hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
but
she's a pro.
I'm well good at it.
It's so funny because Andrew's like on his story and that he's like, yeah, just come in or whatever, and you're just sat there like,
I know. It's like roles reversed.
Yeah, I'm
isn't it?
so into it. And I'm like, yes, like, you know. But
So
I
do you
think,
think he thinks that's an ick? Like he walks
no, he
in
loves that again. It's
Oh.
more like, I'm just gonna put myself, like, I fart quite a lot. I'm just putting myself out there.
Fair.
He's already said it.
Woman after my
He's
own heart.
already said it on his TikTok. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do. And I think, to be fair though, he does sometimes wear the same boxes again the next day. Do you do that?
Actually, Dad does it.
I don't know if this is like a thing.
No, so I've recently so for example, if I wake up and I've got an early haircut,
Yeah, okay, I do
and
that.
then I put my boxes, like I stay in the same boxes, go out, and then I'm out all morning. I come back, so it's technically like a day and a half.
That's what you said as well, to be fair. But I was a bit like,
Yeah,
Ew, get those sweaty balls away from me. No, especially in this heat. Like,
yeah.
cleanliness
Yeah.
in this heat. It's like a
no
big
one
thing.
wants a cheesy helmet in this heat.
Oh,
But to be fair, I haven't got.
cheesy helmet. Fucking disgusting.
Say it like it is, George.
Oh.
Oh, but yeah,
So yeah, no, I mean the farting I get, because also,
I've got really bad like constipation.
You guys are made for each other.
do you have like a moment in your head where you had your first fart in front of him? Because I always have this in relationships where I think of like my first fart. Or was there like a fart where he was like, fuck me,
Oh
that
my god,
stinks?
yeah, there's been so many.
Every day.
I don't think Andrew expected for me to fart a lot every day. Like he's genuinely
He
like,
thought it was a one-off.
no, he's genuinely like, you need to go to doctors. Like he's literally like, I'm worried about you.
Well, I find Windy's helps me. There's these tablets, but then they make me burp.
Ooh, I used to do like poo medicine back in the day.
Right.
You know, it's like a liquid medicine. Used
Okay.
to help.
Fine.
But I got embarrassed, so I stopped taking it. So I was like, I'll just deal with the pain. It's fine.
Oh my god, yeah, don't talk to me about bloating and stuff. There's
know.
nothing worse than lying there next to someone in bed, not wanting to fart, and
Yeah.
it's like building up and up
It's
and
not
up.
it.
I can't believe I asked the question of, do you have any icks for Andrew? You've told us everything.
Andrew's pretty much perfect, isn't
Andrew's
he?
obviously perfect.
I loved it.
And I'm trying to think of one of Andrew, but I'm literally like, I can't think of one.
Does he
he's
like? I'm
just
trying to think.
He's got to do something.
Because guys just have typical things they do, don't they? Like,
guess
is he tidy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know about the toothpaste. He always leaves toothpaste around his mouth.
Does he?
Yeah, and he's like, I'll save it for later. I'm like, I don't want your toothpaste later.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, bless it.
Thank you to Trip for sponsoring today's episode.
Let's talk about stress quickly, because you know that I'm a massive stress head, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, you get stressy as well.
Yes.
But for different reasons.
I feel like everyone's stressed at the minute.
But I feel like everyone's got their own unique stresses, and everyone then wants to kind of find an outlet for their stress, whether it's like alcohol or whatever. But I've been trying those Trip drinks.
They're like CBD, aren't they?
Yeah. Which I think helps so much because you don't get the hangover, the anxiety.
You're
you
less
do-
anxious and stuff,
and
aren't
you
you?
do feel more chilled.
Trip was co-founded by a wife and husband team.
Liv and Dan, back in 2019, they've now got loads of like Trip drinks and oils, loads of different flavors.
Trip is actually the UK's and Europe's #1 CBD brand, which
That's
is
a little fact for you there.
that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
That's
little
pretty
fact
good.
there. Want another fun fact?
Tell me.
Also stocked across UK, US, and Europe, which is quite nice because you can just go away abroad
Yeah.
and still get it.
Get it everywhere.
There's nothing more annoying than loving a drink in the UK, going somewhere else they don't have it. Do you know what I mean? Go to drink-trip.com and use the code Not My Bag with 2 G's, Not My Bag, 2 G's, for 25% off your first order.
So that's 25% off your first order using the code, you know what I'm going to say, Not My Bag,
2
with
Gs.
2 G's.
2
Not
Gs.
1 G, 2 G's.
T's and C's apply. Offer ends 12th of the 10th.
Thank you, Trip, once again, for sponsoring today's episode.
Woo!
It's cute. Well,
He
like,
is a sweetheart, isn't he?
yeah.
Isn't he?
he's
You
a
need to
babe.
start. 'Cause is he PTing still?
No, because of his knee and can't do any more
Oh,
PTing. So he had like knee injury. So you can't like run or do anything like
really?
hockey and stuff. Yeah,
That's annoying.
I know.
That's annoying. How's he going to walk the dog?
He can walk.
Oh.
I'm literally like, he can walk.
Andrew's immobile from the waist down.
You saw him walk in this room.
Not the clickbait on this is Andrew dead and can't walk. Interview with Tasha. I can't. Oh, well, I'm happy for you guys.
Who would you say, Tash, is like the messiest though? Because you give me like
Messiest?
cleanliness vibes.
Oh no, I'm messy.
Are you messy?
Yeah.
As well? You're really not helping
But you're
yourself.
so
I know,
busy.
I know, but do you
You're-
know what it is I'm just too chaotic. Like, go in my room, then I try on outfits and I get really stressed and I just start like getting things out the
like
drawers,
you.
throwing things about.
That's me.
I'm just like, but I'm clean in terms of like keeping things clean. Like
I'm the exact same. I
but
think.
like messy.
Yeah, I'm like that. Like clean with the state of the room, but then
Yeah.
like chaotic in terms of outfits
Yeah,
and shoes.
like everything,
Yeah.
just everywhere.
I had that this morning actually. A little throw around. My room's disgusting right now.
I had the same before I came here.
Do you keep in contact with a lot of the people from your series? Because I know you're quite close to like Dammy and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah.
But is there like anyone else that you like haven't really spoke to or you speak to loads?
To be fair, it's hard. I think.
Because everyone's like dotted everywhere.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
they?
what it is. Like Paige, I still speak to, but she lives in Wales, so it's hard.
Oh, she's back in Wales.
Yeah, she lives in Wales.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know why I thought she lived in London. Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
she's in London quite a lot,
Yeah.
but it's like when she's in London, I'll be busy.
Yeah.
Fine.
There's
Yeah,
like
you're
things like
working.
that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's hard, but yeah, I try and stay in touch much as I can.
Yeah.
But I think people also forget we were strangers, like in the villa, and I'm like my own friends and family out of it. So
Yeah,
it's like,
true.
yeah, it's a weird situation because people kind of go back to their own lives after.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
So
so I
it's
guess
like-
you got to be like really close in the villa to make it worth like
Yeah.
being friends outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it is weird for you as well, though. Like, so for example, you do go to an event and stuff, and you see someone from the villa, and you're like, I haven't seen you in 8 months, for example, but I actually lived with you for 2 months. Like,
Yeah,
it's really
that's
weird.
what
do
it
you
is.
know what I
That's
mean?
literally what it's like. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're like, you was my
literally-
roomie for 2 months.
Yeah,
but-
like we were sleeping, breathing the same air for
It
like
must
2
be
months.
so weird. To you.
And those beds
Yeah.
are, well, I don't know, did you find them comfy? Because I didn't when I laid in it.
The beds, no, I just had to get used to it.
I would have argued with Andrew on purpose so I could have had like a bit of space by myself. I would have just got up and been like, you know what, day bed.
Yeah.
Do you know
Now
what I
you
mean?
see how close the beds are together.
I can't. So just to give people context, I went to do the
crazy.
tour with ITV with Grace and Nella Rose, everyone to the villa, and we got to like actually experience like what it's like fully, and it's so bizarre. It feels so like sterile and fake. Like
Yeah.
it literally does feel like a set. Like even in the like everything's like painted wood, like white wood, isn't
Yeah,
it? And like the
yeah.
lights are so bright. No wonder you guys have all got glasses on in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, and the beds are like so close together. Like you could literally, I can imagine like you turn over and Luca Bish is like farting in your face. And, do you know what I
Probably
mean?
be Tasha farting.
Yeah, it
Fully, like it's crazy. And even the hideaway. Is it? Yeah, the hideaway.
yeah.
Just so weird.
I know, because when you're in there, it actually does feel like it's a set.
Yeah.
Like it's not, but then it becomes your normality. So like, this is like my house now, kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's weird.
Did you feel weird leaving when you left? Was it like
Oh no, I was buzzing to
out
leave.
of prison? You're like,
I was literally like, I'm free. Get me out.
break down. Oh my god, that is funny.
Do you like miss anything from the villa? You're like, I really miss that. I know the beanbag. I know the beanbags were a bit of a the yellow
Yeah.
bean, not the yellow beanbag. But,
Not the constipation.
Not the yellow.
all the constipation.
Don't miss the constipation.
But like, is there anything in the villa you're like, oh, I really miss sitting there or doing that day? Like,
I really missed just not having like our phones and just
Really?
yeah, like really enjoying
yeah.
the day.
yeah,
But even though it's like chaos sometimes, but I just miss like the peace. Like I'll
Do
sit
you
in
know
a
what?
beanbag and watch the mountains and stuff.
I think that is such a like relevant thing to say also to us, because sometimes I sit there and I think like, fuck me, I just love to like not have my phone today.
Yeah, it's
You
the
know what
best thing.
And if you're forced into it, then you have to just like be present. And I can imagine like you have better conversations, because I even notice now, like when I'm out with mates and like you're chatting and stuff, like someone's always going to be on their phone.
Yeah,
Do you know what? Always. Like,
yeah.
It'd be nice to have that, I think, for sure.
Yeah, like even on like dates now with Andrew, I'm like, okay, let's put our phones away just for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you just get closer, and it's all about, because phones is such like a thing of like
absorbs you, doesn't it?
Like just fully, Would you? This is such a rogue question. I don't know
What?
why I've just thought of this. Like, sorry,
What is
this is
it?
so off the cuff. Would you ever have one of those dates with Andrew? I've seen them on YouTube where the couples like get fully naked, sit there and stare into each other's eyes for like 15 minutes and don't say a word.
is that a thing?
No, that's...
How did you find this?
I promise you, it is a thing. I've seen it online. Like couples sit there opposite each other, staring into their eyes, and it's like you build a connection through the eyes.
Well, you sat naked?
Completely naked, like cross-legged.
No, I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't do that. There's no way I'm sitting there cross-legged.
Yeah, that's so weird. Just like
Yeah.
it's so weird. Okay, but I just want to know.
Interesting. How did you even know about that?
I just saw it online. You guys think that I'm looking up like couples therapy? I am. Don't. I'm single as a Pringle. I'm not doing any of that with no one. Yet.
Well, you might find your man soon.
Tasha might know a few people.
I'm like, ooh.
Ooh. Well, funnily enough, Tasha gets her hair done by my first ever boyfriend.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
mental
wait,
is
I
that?
did know about this, didn't I?
Yeah, isn't that
What are the
mental?
coincidences?
What I know, small world. Hertfordshire and Essex are very small
No.
places.
Like, we have so many mutual friends, and I'm like, oh my God.
I'm surprised we didn't bump into each other before,
I
honestly.
know. We probably have.
It took Love Island to bring us together, and I've been even been on it. So, oh my god,
We probably have in like a different universe, like freedom or something.
I feel like we've definitely passed each other in
Yeah,
freedom and just not
100%.
known. Yeah,
I'm always in there.
yeah.
We love a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
We
You
bring
do.
we
You
bring
do.
we bring freedom up every time on this pod.
I know. Do you know what?
It
At
always
this-
gets a
It's
mention.
just an iconic place.
at this
always
point,
gets a
we
mention.
want to get sponsored. We need a discount code.
I do find like Love Island as quite like a weird concept, because as you said, you can just sit there stress free and look over the mountains, no phone. But then also you can get a text 2 minutes later and it's like someone's being dumped, you're going on a date, your man's just been stolen. Like it's such when you think of it like that, it's actually really like weird, if
It
you know what I mean.
is.
Because what as you said, sitting there, no phone, chilling, like whatever, everything's fine. Then all of a sudden, like bombshells come in,
yeah.
Andrew's gone, this, that, and the other.
Andrew's
Yeah,
gone.
You're there in the diary room, like what the fuck's going on?
It's like, that's the only thing. Also, like, the voice of God also freaked me out at first, because they speak to you through like speakers around the villa.
I remember Joe saying that, when he went and
and I
visited.
used to be like,
Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that man?
where's that coming from? Because I didn't know where it's coming from as well. So I used to look around like, right, what speaker is it? But like, yeah, it's weird. It's like with little Sims.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
how
you're in a
I see
game.
it. Yeah, it's a game. It's like
Yeah.
a virtual Sims game vibe.
Do you ever did you ever have moments where you were fully engrossed in being in the show? Or did you always kind of have in the back of your head, like, this is a TV show, like, keep it together? Because I feel like a lot of people lose their heads in there.
Yeah.
I'm even noticing it on the new series, which we'll get into.
That was
but
me.
already, people are already losing their heads. And like, did you have moments where you were just so engrossed in the show that you like...
I was very like in it.
Yeah, yeah.
I completely forgot it was a TV show.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm a very, as you know, my emotions are very on show and stuff. So
Yeah.
like, people could see that.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking, I'm here because it's TV show. I was
Yeah.
literally, I was really
kind of
in
wrapped
it.
up in
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I was really wrapped up into it, and your emotions get so wrapped up as well.
But then I
Yeah.
guess as well, that shows kind of like how real you was with it. Because obviously
weren't playing a game.
Yeah, there is people there that I think in this series and your series and every series that kind of know that the cameras are there.
Yeah.
Obviously with you.
They can work the camera. Some people can work the camera so
but
well.
Like, I
can't they?
wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Because of knowing how to like work the cameras. Whereas
Yeah.
me, I was literally like,
Oh, I can't. Yeah.
I know, don't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it personally. I think after being in there for an hour, I was like, oh my God, this is like a lot.
yeah.
For me, as well, it's like the farting, the like, do you know what I mean? Like all that stuff. I'd just be panicky around people all the time. I would defo have to go hospital. Like, you know those cows that get so bloated that you have to like get the methane and poke it out? You seen that?
Search up.
Guys,
I've
am
literally
I,
never
is
heard
my
of this
TikTok really weird? I watched someone the other day pierce a cow and then all the methane comes out.
What the fuck?
I've
do you
never-
mean?
Insert clip here, Rosie.
Oh my God.
So weird.
Well,
Well,
anyway,
what is on your FYP? I'd love to see your FYP on
weird.
TikTok.
it is a lot, to be fair. It is a lot. Like, I don't know. It's mainly like 20-year-old dancers. Then it's like, that was a joke. Cows. Yeah, all sorts really. But anyway, on to the new series of Love Island, because it's just started up.
Yeah.
It's very, very exciting this year. It's being tipped to be one of the best yet. Obviously, we've been watching it, but I did prefer yours so far. I'm not just saying that because you're here. Like, it was juicy, wasn't it? Like, from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been into it? You can be honest as well. Like,
No.
with the amount of PTSD you've got, I can imagine you're not sat down every night with popcorn. Like, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, to be fair, it's hard. I feel like the couples, it's messy. I feel like everyone does not like each other.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like, there's some strong friendships, but I just feel like deep down, no one likes each other.
There's no initial. I feel like every series in the first couple of weeks, you find someone that actually matches together really well and goes, okay, let's try this for the long haul.
Yeah.
But I feel like this series, there's not one connection. I did think that Mitch and Molly were gonna be that kind of
really
couple.
good, strong couple.
I thought they were gonna be that couple.
Yeah.
And then I was watching it plan out, and I thought,
I don't know. I don't know what's going through Mitch's head. I'm a bit confused.
I think Mitchell is like, you can't read him. Everything he does, I'm like, 1 minute he's fine and he's with Zach and he's like, yeah, bro, it's fine, whatever, I'm fine.
doesn't he do a good accent?
And then
I thought Mitchell was in the room.
and then he's like, you're a snake, you're this, you're that to Zachariah. And then he gets
Not the government name. Zachariah.
And then he saves Molly, and then he sleeps in bed with her.
Guys, I can't lie.
It just doesn't make sense what's going through that man's head.
The thing that I didn't like when they're around a fire pit, they're playing that game, and Jess wanted to pick Molly, and Mitch went to Jess like, you should have picked her.
Yeah.
And I was just a bit like, but then
I'm like, literally 2 days before.
Molly's really nice to her and stuff.
But then and I thought like 2 days before, Mitch, you wanted to like wife her off, and now he's like, yeah, you should have done it.
But it kind
So
of like,
strange.
I don't know. I mean, it. I hope the welfare team are checking in on him. That's one thing I'm going to say. Because some of the behaviours so far, I've been a bit like, whoa. Because there was one, and obviously you're at the mercy of the edit, aren't you, as well? So you've got to think of that.
Yeah.
But there was one part where like, he obviously had all that beef with Zach, and then he saved Molly, and then he walked up to all the lads and was like, oh yeah, thank me later for saving her. Like, I did that for you, bro. Did that for you. And I'm thinking like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? Like, it was really like, I'm just interested to see how it pans out.
Yeah, like what happens next.
Because already you can see some people being very engrossed in it.
Yeah.
I feel like what's a bit embarrassing for Mitchell as well, but like, and you will know what I mean, that new girl Leah's come in, but when she came in, he was still set on Molly. Now Molly's proper said, no, don't want to get to know you anymore. That ship sailed. He's now really trying to put it on that Leah girl. Like, kissing her in the challenge.
To that Leah, it must be like, oh, am I like second best? But I guess that's what the game in there, isn't it?
But
and also, you got to remember, it's slim pickings. If one girl's not going to go for you, you've got to go for someone else.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to play the game, haven't you?
Yeah.
Can't just sit there with your arms folded like,
yeah.
actually, I'm happy single.
I don't, it's hard, especially with Molly as well. Like, there's been so much hate towards her, but I don't know. It's hard. I've like a lot of people got different opinions on Molly, but I think when you're in there, it's so intense and it's so hard to be yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think I can see yourself kind of.
And she's very young.
Yeah.
Too. She's
How
so
much-
young.
Yeah, she's like 21.
21?
21.
Yeah, she's
22,
21.
Yeah. Like, and you got to think that you're under the scrutiny of all of the viewers, all age groups, thinking that, you know what I mean? Like, you think if someone's on Love Island, that they've automatically got their shit together because they're on Love Island.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, you've got to remember, these are like literal like
Humans.
kids and
Yeah.
like, human beings who are just going on a
Humans.
TV show.
Yeah.
So like, the scrutiny they get is really, really difficult.
Yeah.
But
I literally had like one little crime, people literally like get her off the TV.
Yeah, it's been 3
And
days.
I was just like,
Yeah.
and obviously people were like, oh yeah, this is like the new Tasha of the season.
Oh.
I was like,
of
here we go.
course, yeah, here we go. You mute the TV.
I think it's hard for Molly though as well, because obviously Mitch was much more into her than she was to him, and it happened all very quickly, and she kind of got sucked into it. Obviously that Zach came along only like a couple of days after, and she wanted to get to know him, but I feel like where Mitch put that pressure on her
Yeah.
and stuff, it made her look like the bad person and stuff when she kissed him on the terrace or something like that.
I feel like
it's
if Mitch played it a bit cooler,
Yeah.
then I think maybe it would have been fine. But where he gave like a lot of like protection because he liked her, it came across as red flags to Molly. Which
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got a habit doing that if they like someone.
Yeah.
I get defensive if I like someone, but
Yeah.
it's each their own, isn't it? But I watched. Have you watched where the girls speak to Jess and then she cries and walks off yet? Have
I
you
saw
seen
it on
that bit?
TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
Like TikTok just shows me everything.
Jess is very me. Like when someone calls me out on doing something and I know I've done wrong, so I
Do
just
you?
stand there and go,
Oh, she just started crying. She went, I don't want to talk about this. I went, why? And she went,
no, I do it at home. Georgia back me up. Mum and Georgia be like, no, Joe, that was actually really out of order. And I just stand there
walk
and
away.
go, like run upstairs. But I like Whitney as well. I feel like Whitney's like,
Oh my God, Whitney's TV comedy.
isn't she so
Whitney-
good?
Like, I'd
Mark my
watch a
words.
whole
I'd
series
watch
of
a
Whitney.
series. Yeah, 100%.
Mark my words, Whitney is going to be massive when she comes out. Whether or
Yeah.
not like she means to be, she's just so funny.
What did she say?
Yeah.
What did she say when
About-
she's on the terrace? Oh, she's a bad bitch. They're like,
Bitch,
Whitney.
yeah.
She's like, sorry.
The other night, she said she kissed Zach in that challenge because she was like, you know, when everyone goes to one guy and they say it's good, and she was like, yeah, it was worth it. Like, she's so funny.
Nah, she's
really, really
she's
funny.
got to be great.
Yeah,
And
she's
I feel like
iconic.
she's got a personality.
Yeah.
She's not afraid to show that. So I feel like a lot of girls sometimes go into a show thinking like, oh, I've just got to be pretty for these
Yeah,
guys. But
yeah.
she's like real. And I love Mehdi too.
I want to see more Catherine
Yes.
Andre.
yeah, same.
Like, I feel like I've not seen anything
Because they
of
were
them
together
two.
right at the start. The
Yeah.
couple, the
Yeah.
public put them together, didn't they? And then obviously they got split up like with the
Yeah, and they're back
recouplings,
together
whatever. And now they're back
again.
together. But I know what you mean. It's
Yeah,
like they're
you
on
can
the
see-
sidelines, isn't
Yeah, but you can see like there's a connection there, but I feel like they're not showing that, so I want to see more of them too.
Yeah. I think there's a great group of girls in there this year.
Oh, yeah,
That
it's
I
crazy.
really,
girls
I
I
really
feel like
like.
I'd be like lost in there. I think.
There's a lot of big personalities, isn't there?
Yeah,
I think that's
really
why
big.
Molly and Jess are kind of like clashing as well. Because do you know what I mean? Because I feel like they're obviously both big personalities.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's hard.
They're
and I
both
think-
very confrontational.
Defo, and I feel like the producers always choose someone that's done like acting or something like that, just so there can be the whole line of like, well, she is an actress. Because straight away of Molly, everyone's like, well, she's a trained actress. So
You had it with like
my
Ekin
God,
last
yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I think as well, really early on, there's like, obviously all the girls are friends, but there's a divide. You can tell in the mornings, there's a group, like Jess has got her own little group, Molly's got her own little, and obviously that normally
Yeah.
happens later on in the series. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
probably had a couple, like for example, Paige and Ekin, for example, you spoke to in the morning, and then others, but it seems like we're only a week in and they've got their own group.
I'm
of
like,
people.
Yeah,
I
they
want
do,
war.
yeah.
I
And,
want
yeah, and I'm
war.
like,
I want war.
I feel like something could happen between a couple and it really kick off.
Yeah.
Because obviously, yeah, they're starting to like take their own little
Oh,
groups.
it's already been a bit mental, and we're
It
only what like a week
has.
in. So
Yeah.
I think
It's
like
like-
give it a month, and people are gonna start losing their heads.
Yeah.
And it's like, do what? I'm just going to put this out there. I find Tyreek really funny.
Do you?
Yeah.
Same.
No, but I don't know what it is. I just think he's been naughty. I know he has.
Yeah.
But
He just don't give a fuck.
yeah, that's what it
Literally,
is. Like,
innit?
he just doesn't care. But
Yeah.
I really do like him and Ella together. And I really hope like they work it out.
They did work it out last night.
Yeah.
But I did think he was being a sausage because I think Ella is one of the most beautiful people.
Oh
I've
my
ever
God,
seen.
she's
She's
stunning.
unreal.
George has got a little
Like,
crush.
Ella is a.
George Castlemore.
George is going into Castlemore, everyone.
What's you know when people say like creme de la creme? Ella's like the iron brew of because she's Scottish.
Oh, clever. What would okay, Ella is here. What's your opening line?
Yeah, what would you
You're in
say?
Castlemore, you've seen Ella. What are you going to say?
Let me beat your haggis.
George,
I think
you're going to have to help
that
him.
explains everything we need to know.
You're going to have to help him out.
Let
Yeah.
me beat your haggis.
Yeah, because she's like Scottish and that's their meat.
What's haggis?
Scottish meat.
Haggis, you know, like it's like a skin, like pig skin filled with like. Oh, let me get the definition up.
Oh.
Do you not know that? Like Scottish people eat haggis. Like we have steak,
Yeah, but it's like pig skin.
something like that.
A
Haggis?
Scottish dish consisting of a sheep or calf's offal mixed with suet, oatmeal, and seasoning and boiled in a bag. Traditionally, one made from the animal's stomach. I think offal is
Guts?
internal organs.
Yeah. Okay, maybe
Oh, it sounds delicious.
maybe
That's
I
not
wouldn't.
my
Maybe I
vibe.
wouldn't say, "Let me beat your haggis." But
Something a bit
No,
more tactful.
why do you just say you're gorgeous?
You're the most incredible girl I've ever seen.
that's boring.
Yeah, you want to make her feel special.
Yeah,
boring.
not let me
It's not
beat.
boring.
She's not an animal stomach bag, George, filled with offal. She's a human being.
But also, I think I don't trust Tyreek. So last night
Tyreek's Love Island gold.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. Last night he was like, "You're the girl. I want this, that, and the other." And Ella's head, I think she's thinking, "Okay, he's closed off. This, that, and the other, whatever." Someone will come in and he'll be like, "Yo, bibs."
Can I be real though? Can
It's
I
like
be real?
Casa Amor.
Yeah,
She,
yes.
way too soon, she like forgave him because she was so upset and that massive route. And I feel like I would have played hard to get for a few days, like let him sit in it. But she's just sat there, like I could see it in her eyes. She's like melting. She's like, oh, and he's like, I still like you still. And I'm like, really?
I can't believe
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. Casa Amor in this series is gonna go off.
Carnage. I think.
Oh
It's
my
my
God.
They find another Coco too. Sorry.
What about
too soon,
what about
but-
like?
I said, if they find another Coco,
Oh gosh.
and then I said sorry.
Do
too
I
soon.
actually love Coco though?
No, I rate her so much. I rate her
love
so
her.
But
much.
could you imagine people like Zach, Tyreek, all that with like 8 new girls coming in the villa?
Yeah.
Oh my God, running riot.
And I feel like they really are going to switch up Casa this year.
you think?
Just feel it. Yeah.
In what way
Feel it
though?
in my bones. I don't know. But I feel like this year they're focusing more on big personalities.
Yeah,
So I
so-
feel like
yeah.
Casa, they're really going to bring in big personalities, really big and bold, and just don't give a shit.
Obviously, there has already been a lot of drama in the villa.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of drama when you were in there, like including no, but like including
A bit?
Every day.
Yeah, I might have downplayed that, but like obviously sometimes including you, a lot of the time not. But does that just make the whole villa like awkward? Because obviously you've got to live with everyone, you've got to walk past them, you've got to, do you know what I mean?
It's-
Have a shower in
it's the
there.
worst
That
thing
must
ever.
Because like we have tiffs.
It's like round with the
Yeah.
house, like with your family, isn't it?
And it's
'Cause
just
then
you're just like, oh, he's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to see him and all that, but living with them and as
Yeah.
well, you'll be in film like under my breath, I'd be like, fucking little fuck.
It's like, even if like, I don't know if I should be saying this, but there'd be times where like if me and Andrew or me and somebody else had drama, sometimes we weren't actually allowed to talk and we had to save it till later or like
When
the
they wanted to
next
record,
day.
yeah.
You were
then
silenced.
that makes it even more awkward. So we used to like walk past each other, but there'd be times when me and Andrew were literally
want to say something.
yeah, we'd be like, okay, let's sort this out, but like they'd literally be like, no.
It's mad, isn't it?
And like that also makes him so much more emotionally like exhausting. So
Yeah, it's
like,
on the weight on your
yeah,
shoulders.
it's the
isn't
weight
it?
on your
Oh,
shoulders.
yeah, that's
So
not
that,
great.
that also does happen. So
Yeah.
also have that in the back of your mind when you're watching The Islanders.
I love the good little like behind the scenes spills when you're watching it.
I think though as well nowadays, like
It's the fuck up.
with watching a show like this, you've got to be like really naive, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, to know that people like producers aren't drip feeding things and saying
Yeah.
stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's at the end of the day,
Oh, it's
a
so
TV
easy
show.
to watch and get caught up in it though. Like I literally took everything for gospel last year. And then
Yeah.
when you come out and you meet these people and you have a chat and you're like, okay, it wasn't actually like that.
Yeah.
But you're at the mercy of the edit. Like you will fully believe what you see.
Yeah, it's so
Do you know what I
true.
mean? It is,
Yeah.
and especially when you're like, I can understand now why the younger fans get so engrossed in it.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because like obviously, if I was 16 or whatever and watching this, I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, because you're like younger and you kind of, it's like something to
Like
watch,
that is
isn't
real
it?
life.
Yeah.
For real.
When did you know, like with Andrew, that right? Okay, I want him, because you don't realise. Like obviously we've never been in there, but you can see with people like Tyreek, if a bombshell comes in or Casa, like he
Yeah.
will probably jump to him. Like when is the kind of time that you knew, like even if anyone walks in, like I don't really care, like
That's a very good question.
because there's so much temptation though, isn't there?
Yeah.
And if I was in there, I'd probably be like, oh, like your head
Yeah.
would just be like that because there's another fit. Girl
Yeah.
coming, there's another, do you know what I mean?
Be like a little like
Me, yeah, with fucking
on a
whiplash.
swivel.
I was gonna say, was there kind of what George said, or was there a time when you were like, you knew that like you'd want to move in with him and get a dog and all this stuff? Was there a time in the villa where you were like, okay, I can defo see this happening?
I think it was like definitely after Casa when I came back with Lily and Andrew
forgot
was
about
with
that.
Coco. And I just remember being around the fire pit and I was like, what have I actually done?
I
And
forgot
was like,
he
I
was
just wanted
with
to be sat
Coco.
next to him. Yeah.
I forgot. I completely forgot.
And I think obviously there was other bombshells that came in after that, but I actually did not want to get to know them, but I kind of got pushed to.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what was hard as well. Was like I was like fully Andrew and all this, but there's certain times where you kind of get your head just gets a bit like muddled
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're kind of getting pushed to go and enjoy these dates, and I was literally like, I don't want to go on it, like I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I think it was definitely after Casa being around that fire pit, and I was literally
Trying to make
like,
you realise, like,
yeah, that's a switch for me of like, okay, like
to be fair, I
Like,
completely
yeah.
forgot your Billy era. Like
Same.
that went straight over my head. I hope you forgot it as well. Well, you've definitely forgot it. We brought it all back.
Even like the Coco thing as well, like was mental. Like that whole
Yeah.
situation. Do you ever like now with Andrew, like if you're in the bedroom and then there's anything to do with tits, is it like weird?
No.
Like if he's like, has he ever said to you like, can I lick your tit?
No.
Or like, have you ever been midway through it and then he's gone to do it and you're like,
Flashbacks.
No, to be fair, I haven't. I think, do you know what? It's funny now. I look back, we both laugh. We both like,
Oh, yeah.
have a good laugh about it.
oh yeah, I mean, if one of you was
It's
still annoyed about it, that'd be so
hilarious.
funny. Imagine.
Yeah, don't bring up.
He's
don't
going
say
to
that
the
again.
pub. I hope you don't bump into Coco. That old Coco.
Like for his birthday, I got a birthday card saying, can I lick your tit or whatever.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, they're selling on Etsy and stuff, like actual birthday cards,
No
like birthday
way.
banners. It's crazy.
Run him that 10%.
I was
Do you
like,
know
no,
what I mean?
I was like, babe, like, you could be your business. Put it on Etsy.
That is nuts.
Oh, I can't. That is so funny. That is so funny. You've been really busy since you've left as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're non-stop.
Maybe too busy.
Maybe too busy.
Maybe too
how,
busy.
how has it been, the adjustment of like pre to post Love Island?
It's been crazy. Like, there's been times where I'm literally like, oh my God, like, I just need to rest.
Yeah.
But I love being on the go. I love the drive. I love the feeling of like, let's just get out there and work hard. And so I like to look forwards into my future. I'm very like, okay, I've achieved this. What's next?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
the
very
same.
like that.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great. Like, it's crazy from before the show. To be fair, I was modelling, and being a dancer kind of aligns with what I do now. So like
Yeah.
doing photo shoots and like that kind
Being
of
in front of the camera.
yeah,
sort of
so
point.
it's still
yeah.
kind of like doing what I was doing before, which I absolutely love doing. But it's just been a whirlwind.
Yeah, every day on your stories, I'm like, she's here, she's there, she's there, she's there, she's there, she's there. But is it nice, like, because I guess with having Andrew, you got that balance of like being able to go away together or having some time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's so important to have that, balance. And I'm very good at also saying no to things. Like if
Yeah.
it doesn't align with me or make me happy, I'll be like, no, I don't want to do
I need
that.
to learn the power of no. I've been
I'm
like,
yeah.
not saying yes to everything, but like I would like to stay busy too. So I'm like, oh, I'll take that on, I'll take that on. And
Yeah, then
suddenly
it comes
you're
to it and you're like,
whoa.
oh, what have I done?
Yeah, no.
It must be really
100%.
nice for you as well, though, to like, for example, be out shooting and Andrew doing like his work stuff or whatever, and then you can come home to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because obviously there's a
yeah.
lot of people who are in the same business as you, etc. Like, and then they come home and after a long day, it must just be really nice to actually be able to see Andrew. And then also, I guess in your head, you're like, this is actually where it all started. Like, it's kind of like a full circle thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that must be really nice. But what's like one of the best things you've done? Because obviously you've worked with some really cool brands.
Every brand I've worked with so far is kind of organic as well, and it's hard. Like, there's been times where I get good brand deals with like amazing money, but I'm like, actually no, because that doesn't align with me. And it's like, I'd rather take £10 than 100k, but that brand's more
Meaning.
more
cool.
meaningful
Yeah.
and that makes sense. And it's crazy because even to this day now, I have people messaging me being like, you're only doing this because of the money and stuff. I'm like, no.
Well, yeah, I
No,
think
I'm
you're
not.
one of the very few that I know out there that actually keeps to that and does that. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just trying to make some quick money.
Yeah.
And I think you'll have a longer, more like prosperous career in the long run by sticking to that rather than just burning yourself out. Do you know what I mean?
And I like to build relationships with the brands, for example, like Ann Summers and eBay and Simi Shoes.
Yeah.
And it's like, we've got a really good relationship now, and
Sure.
we're still working together to this day now. So, and hopefully next year, looking very, very good. But that's what I mean. It's nice to build like relationship, and it becomes a friendship as well with these brands.
yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
I really like.
So Ann Summers,
Yes.
you always been in line with
Yes.
yeah.
Hey, yeah, how did
So tell us about, and because as like, so me being me, like growing up, there's always been this kind of misconception around Ann Summers,
Oh my
hasn't
God,
there?
yeah.
Especially with like our mum and stuff, like walk past the shop, like, oh, that's a like an
Well, like,
underwear shop.
yeah.
Yeah, like you can't go in there because
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
tell us about that, like your relationship with them.
It's crazy because people see Ann Summers like a sex toy kind of shop,
Yeah.
but it's actually not. Like, Ann Summers' brand is very diverse and very body positivity as well. And that's what I like about Ann Summers. It also include the LGBTQ community. That's why I really love them. And just who they are and their values and morals aligns with me as well. And the fact that they wanted to work with me, even I was like, really? Like, I don't know, I didn't expect it. But it just works really well because I'm all for, representation is so important.
Yeah.
So is Ann Summers. And I love the underwear. I mean, it's sexy. You get sexy bits, you get cute bits.
Does
you get
Andrew
that-
like your Ann Summers collab?
Oh, he loves it.
Do you get sent like, get sent like everything, like not just underwear, just like a whole mix of stuff?
I mean, if I want some bits, and I can go in and.
You got a black card going on.
I bet when Tash went to Andrew, I might have this deal with Ann Summers. He was like, sign it. He would have been like, sign that.
It's
check.
so funny.
There's this time where I went to. He's gonna kill me for this. I went on like a shop opening for Ann Summers. And I was just looking around. I was like, "Oh, what can I like try out something new?" And I literally came back with like a whole bag of like, a whole bag of load of like.
No, go on. What did you come back with?
I bet he was like, we
Was
don't
that
have enough.
nipple tassels and that, or like further?
I bet he was like, we don't have enough batteries.
So funny.
Andrew, I've got a 10-inch double-ended. I couldn't even say it.
Don't
Double-ended dildo. That I'd love you to try. Also, your podcast. So moving on.
Yeah.
Moving
What
on.
ways to move on.
This conversation's getting a bit.
Yeah. Woo. You started your podcast as well.
Yeah.
It's quite fresh, isn't it? Was it the last like few weeks you started?
Yeah, so Superpowers with Tasha. So I wanted to do a podcast. It's kind of a big gap in the market for kind of representation. So that's why, what we do a podcast, being on people, with disabilities. I've gone through like real raw stories.
Yeah.
Not necessarily also big famous people. They can literally just be anyone, just like real raw people. That's what I wanted. And yeah, it's going really well. I have like Lucy Edwards, who's blind. She was incredible. Liv Bentley, who's got alopecia. I've got Andrew on as well about his knee injury. Like a complete mix of people. It's
Yeah.
really nice to have that kind of. That's what I want to do, is give that platform to people.
Because
No,
also
so
as
nice.
well, like with something like that, it's almost educational because a lot of these things people don't realise. Do you know what I mean? Like you came on our screens and we would never have realised that you were like deaf and stuff like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't see a
But
lot
it's
of these
also
disabilities.
educational because like we don't have any friends that were deaf before. So
Yeah.
it's like educational for us, and the fact that you took the platform and like stayed with that. You didn't just sit there and be like, by the way, guys, on Love Island, like I was born deaf, and then just that's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's that. You've like really taken it in your stride, which is great.
Yeah.
And as you said, like no one else is doing that with their podcasts or that type of thing. So
Yeah.
it's great for your like followers and fans as well to
Yeah, 'cause
have that insight.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about it, to raise awareness. And it's not even like just me. There's like even like Lucy Edwards, who's blind. Like she deals with negativity every single day, and she like stay positive as much as I can. Did we watch The Traitors?
Yes.
Mila Williams. I had her on dwarf. She talks about her dwarfism.
Yeah.
And I got so emotional because she was saying, people would snigger at her, laugh at her, and they walk past. And I'm just literally like, it's crazy how much people are so not aware.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole platform, the podcast is about, is to educate as well and be like, what's right, what's not wrong, with that kind of thing.
Because as well, you got to think at the end of the day, we're all people, and these people wouldn't have been like asked for this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be born and be like, like no one wants to be blind. No, but it happens. So it's just about, like, as you said, raising awareness about it.
But I think also with Meryl, like she held her own so well, like you did in Love Island on The Traitors, and even came out and won it. So I think that's like so nice as well for you guys to get together and have a talk about that, because you've been on telly, you know what I mean? You've had like the public like opinion on you. So no, I think it's really great. So how long are you doing it? Are you doing it like for a series or?
So I've got fourth one came out yesterday. So I've got 8 more.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh, amazing.
Wait, how do my maths? 10.
10 more. 10?
No.
10
So there's 10 episodes.
10 eps. Okay.
4's come out. So 6.
6 left.
6.
No, that's good though. That's good. Oh well, I'm happy.
Thank
you've
you.
got you got like a sponsor for it as well, which is cool, didn't you?
Cadbury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's
Sick.
amazing. Because I worked with them for the Simon Fingers campaign last year, so that's why another brand that aligns perfectly.
Yeah.
And they were like, "We'd love to sponsor your podcast." So yeah, go
That's
to
so good.
show like if you work with brands and
No,
Yeah.
it's really nice to see that, like, for you, everything kind of does a 360 and aligns. Do you know what I mean? Because as Joe said, you have people on and they just do this for a quick bit of cash and all that. But as you said, you worked with Cadbury's before, and for a really like nice campaign. Then it's come back round for them to sponsor your podcast. Like, it's actually just really nice how it all.
I
kind
love
of,
Cadbury's. Maybe a bit too much.
Do you know what? I just feel like talking to Tasha, like you've really got your shit together, and it just makes me think like.
But no,
We're so scatty and Tasha's so
No,
chill.
no, we are literal chaos.
Do you know what I mean?
Chaos.
Like
yeah.
you're so like like everything's sweet and
Yeah,
we're
but
just
you're
like,
very young still.
true.
I'm not.
I don't look it.
I'm not. Nah, I feel like I've got it together, kind of.
We do it. Yeah, we try.
I'm getting there.
We're on the right.
Like your podcast is doing amazing.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you.
I just wanted to touch on briefly as well.
Oh, okay.
You
Who are you touching now?
well, please, Joe. You went to
Please.
Coachella.
I did.
which is nuts.
Yeah.
How was that? Was it all? Because I saw a lot of people. It's like they're like it's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
And all stuff like that.
Do you know what? It was an incredible experience. I'm so like grateful that I went, and it was really, really amazing to be there. Like the vibe, like the desert, everything. But I think because the lineup, I didn't really enjoy it as much.
Right,
Like
okay.
the music wasn't my kind of music. Like whereas last year it had like Justin Bieber, like all the big amazing artists. Whereas this year was like Frank Ocean.
Did you see the set?
No,
'Cause
I
apparently it
actually went. I was so
Oh
tired.
my god!
I didn't
Yes,
go.
I saw that. People like walking away.
He
and
like
stuff.
came on and did like one song and then like a 10-minute break of silence and then like did another one. It just sounded like
Where was
Yeah.
Coachella? LA.
no, it's you fly into LA and then
Yeah,
you like
it's like
drive
Palm
into desert.
Springs.
Yeah,
Would you ever move to like LA and stuff?
I don't know if I had the balls to do it.
LA's a
I
lot.
don't know.
Have you been much?
Yeah, I went when I was really young, but people have told me it's not the same anymore.
It's really
like it's
odd.
changed a lot.
I felt like I went and I saw friends and stuff out there, but like when you're on your own, it's actually like a really isolating place because I feel like no one gives a shit about anyone unless they've got like status or no people. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's very like the clickiest place ever, and I just
Okay.
found the whole vibe of it very like I don't know.
Did you
not-
not like it either?
I enjoyed my time with my friends there, but when I was on my own, I was a bit like, this is a
bit
very
different.
strange place.
yeah.
What
Don't know.
obviously you've done loads of events. You've worked with some amazing people. What's like one person you've met and you're like, I can't believe I've met you.
Oh, Gary Barlow. I met him last night.
Oh, to take that.
I'm gutted. I was meant
I'm
to
the
go
biggest
to that.
I'm the biggest take that stan. Like literally, this thing I was like, today this could be the greatest day. I was literally singing to him like, I love you, and he shook my hand. So it was this
No
hand. I was like,
way.
nice to meet you.
Oh my
way.
god!
Yeah.
so
I love
I
that.
was literally like
Starstruck.
Yeah.
Who's the person for you that you've met?
Probably like Central C at the bridge.
Oh yeah, you melted.
Like I
He's
lit.
that fangirl.
Do you know who Central C?
Yeah,
is?
I heard of it.
Yeah. He just like I was literally talking to Joe and then I was like, oh, who's this person? The big security guard and that, and I was like, oh my god, it's him. And yeah, it was just surreal. Like, and he was like, yo, you're right, mate. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, what the fuck's just happened?
You met RD the other day, right?
Yeah, we met
Yeah.
Ardy a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's nice.
Ardy's nice. guy.
Mine's a bit weird because I've met like loads of people, but the one person recently that I met that I was like, okay, like the room kind of goes silent. It's kind of like the aura is really nice. Is Sam Smith?
I love Sam Smith.
Like the whole room was kind of like whoa, and the coat and like the heels.
But you've
it was
like
amazing.
but yeah, you've bumped into like Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah, Lewis Capaldi,
Yeah.
like Kim
Joe-
I bumped
Petras.
into
Joe's
him
had like
before.
some weird.
I've had some just
interactions.
random like
Yeah.
just bumping into people and
Yeah.
being like, oh my god,
Do you
like,
know
this
who's
is
one
fun.
person I'd love to meet? Fred again.
Who's that?
But people bump into him just in the street. He's like a DJ.
Fred
guy.
again?
Fred again.
Who's
He's
Fred
like
again?
Fred ... again is his name.
Tash, I'm gonna be sending you every single one of his TikToks of him playing music. You don't even
Don't-
realise.
Don't do too many.
What's he
Andrew
do?
might
What
get
kind of
jealous.
TikToks?
He's like a DJ and a massive
Oh.
DJ, but obviously he's on TikTok and stuff, and he's unreal.
George loves him.
I can't believe Tash doesn't know who Fred again is. That's
never
quite
heard-
rude,
I'm
actually.
sorry if I offended you.
You
Fred
did offend
again,
me.
Sorry.
I was going to ask as well, what's next? Have you got anything going on in the pipeline?
She does. She does.
It's hopefully one of them's a double date with
Yeah,
me.
there will be a double day. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I'll
It's
just.
in the pipeline.
I'll leave this one out, guys. Yeah.
Well, we need to find someone.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Wait, but does that mean Joe's found
I
someone?
haven't found someone. I've just found someone for a date,
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
if they say yeah, which I hope they do.
But yeah, what's next? Like,
so I do have an exciting collaboration coming up. We're shooting that quite soon.
in the UK?
Yeah, in the UK.
Cool.
I probably can't say what
No,
it
no,
is.
that's
Yeah,
all
not
right.
yet. But
Off camera.
and I also do have 2 other shoots coming up with brands I already work with for other things coming up as well.
Amazing.
So, and then my podcast, I'm kind of pushing that as well. But yeah, I can't say too much too.
Would
No,
you
it's
do any
fair.
other telly? Would you do any other like TV work at all?
Do you know what? It's weird. Like I feel like with TV, I'm not really kind of, that's my priority.
Sure.
As much like TV opportunity comes up, I'd love to do it if it aligns with me 100%.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I feel a bit like the things I'm doing right now is kind of what I want to be working on.
Cool.
I'm not
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like.
So you're not like chasing that. It's like it's there. If it comes, it comes.
Yeah.
Fine.
So if
Yeah,
they,
exactly
so
that.
if they said to you like, Tash, I'm a celeb, let's do it. Would you do it?
No.
Would you not?
Why would I go on? I'm a celeb.
And what about Naked Attraction?
I'm in a relationship.
What is it with you and getting naked?
Naked Attraction. It'd be funny.
Tash,
Not funny as in like, oh, it'd be funny if you got a kit off. I mean, like, it's just a funny show, isn't it?
I could see you doing I'm a Celeb. I don't
I'm
think,
a celeb.
yeah, I don't think you'd be like,
Oh, I thought you meant celebs go dating. I don't know why.
Oh,
I was getting confused.
no, like that. The jungle.
No, me in the jungle. Imagine me in the jungle.
wouldn't be great, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
Tasha, I think
I'd
you'd-
actually,
I think
I'd
you'd go
probably
into a coma.
leave the first day.
Yeah, I think you would like.
I think I actually would, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I genuinely would faint.
Not you thinking, yeah, fuck off Andrew,
I
going,
know,
Celebs
that's
go
literally
dating.
like,
George,
that's why I was
dropping
like, I'm
hints.
in a relationship. What are you on
Not
about?
George dropping hints. I'll send you some Fred again songs and come on, Celebs go dating with me.
Like,
Jesus.
one thing I'd love to do is Scared of the Dark. If they do that again, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Because that would be
Chloe
such a
was on it, wasn't
challenge.
she?
Yeah.
Chloe Burrows, yeah.
Yeah,
That
because
looked
I
quite
live
fun.
for it and I feel like that'd be such like a
Oh, yeah.
challenging thing for me.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
be like, what? Who's talking? What's going on?
Yeah. Oh my god, I think that's Semi West. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared of the dark.
Are
Unreal.
you?
Mm.
I am, but I reckon I could handle it.
Yeah, I think you'd hold your own. One last question from me. Who do you think, obviously I know people can come in and they can go, but who do you think as of now is going to like win this year's Love Island? Do you have anyone you think?
That is a hard question.
Or like that could be in the final? Like, do you
Like
see
as
someone?
a couple or individuals?
Just in even individuals. I can't personally see any couples actually going to the final. Oh,
The final. The final.
final. I think I
think-
could see Molly there, you know.
I don't know why. I'm really set on Tyreek and Ella.
Really?
I can like if Tyreek has that switch moment of like, okay, and you stop kind of fucking around.
Yeah.
I feel like they can really go a long way because they do gel, they do get on, they do have that vibe between them two, like together.
Yeah.
So I could see them like even being in the final.
I think
Because you look at it and you think, oh, it's such a long way away, but it's not.
I think
It's
Sammy
not.
and
It's not.
Jess.
It comes around so quick.
I think Sammy and Jess
Do you think?
could have a chance.
I don't
Who?
think.
Sammy and Jess.
Yeah.
I don't think Sammy can be.
I mean, firstly, I want them to go all that way, so they can come on the podcast, and Sammy can sit on my side.
Well, I saw some of the apparently Justin Mitchell have something going on, or is that not true?
I think he fancies her,
a little bit.
but that he's kept dropping hints like, "Oh, I like Jess, whatever." But like, obviously, Sammy's a bit like, "What?"
It's come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I know.
it has,
This
yeah.
is what I mean, though. I feel like Sammy's just like, not Sammy. Mitch is just a bit like, who's in here, who's single. Do you know
Yeah,
what
I feel
mean?
like he'd shag a lamppost if he could.
Well, I mean,
And on that note, on the note of shagging lampposts, thank you for coming in, dropping by,
coming on
Alright.
again.
having a nice little catch up. It's been so
Thanks
nice to
for
see
having
you.
me.
No worries.
No, honestly, you're like part of the furniture now, part of the family.
Please get a picture of me up here.
Oh my
We
god,
will.
we will.
I'm
Get
going
it.
to send you a picture of him with my
Fine,
face.
perfect.
Do it.
do
Send
it.
one of you and Andrew.
Yeah, no,
Put
send
you
one.
up.
Send one of you that side, and I'll have Andrew this side.
Yeah, and please sign them. No, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you guys at home for watching. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to give it a 5-star review.
Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Obviously, if you don't follow me, Joe, Tasha, what are you doing? But all the links will be down below. And we will see you next week for another amazing episode.
Bye. Bye.